21.
NFL draft. The New York Jets select
Sarah Fuller.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! If you're looking at the plus side of
Her.
she's under 6'1".
She
Finds lanes to throw.
She's
Thick in the chest.
The Sarah Fuller Make-A-Wish Tour has now concluded its second game. Now this time, she kicked a couple extra points. I have video of that. Show you that. Let me show you some Make-A-Wish video though first, real quick.
Wearing number 1 for the Los Angeles Traffic today is 9-year-old Tommy Douglas. Tommy has lived most of his life in the hospital after being born with a potato for a heart and will undergo a heart transplant surgery next weekend. He's about as big of a Traffic fan as they come, so in partnership with the Grant-A-Wish Foundation, both teams have agreed to come together and have Tommy run the first play of the game. And he got the handoff, and there he goes. Made a little cutback move, and it looks like he's going to go all the way. Look at him go. Wow. This is really one of those heartwarming moments in sports where you just... Oh! Oh, my God! That is not good.
I found that when I was looking at some Make-A-Wish stuff, just Googling around the net. Thought you might get a kick out of it. So Vanderbilt got mopped up again, 42-17 to bring their record to 0-9 on the season. That's not the story. I was just sitting back. The missus was off watching the news, and she's like, hey, guess what? Your girl Fuller's on the news. So I really wasn't paying attention. I had to perk my ear up a little bit and hear what was going on. All they said was that she had kicked 2 extra points. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. What's the score? I was waiting for them to tell me the score because what about the game, right? 2 extra points, great. What was the score? But that's all they said. She kicked 2 extra points. So I had to investigate it a little bit further. And I will offer this though. I've heard some other people talking about this. I wanted to talk about it myself, of course, offer my own take on it. People were saying, oh, well, they stopped updating the live scoring. Maybe that was true in real time. So I'm not going to hate on those individuals that were making that claim. They said that after Pierson Cooke hit his field goal, that they stopped updating the score live so you couldn't see it. So that it was kind of like a cover-up, like they didn't want you to know that Pierson Cooke was on the team and could kick field goals. Now this is after the fact. This is way after the fact when I'm recording this. But you see here, they've got it here. They've got his field goal, 39 yards. They've got all the other scoring, 42-17, the final. So in real time, perhaps there was some of that kind of cover-up. I wasn't watching this in real time because I don't care about sports in general anymore. Stats for investment purposes, sure, but don't care about sports. Now, take a look at the first and the second extra point because I want to show you something. Now, take a look. Now, this is just for sake of saying, hey, yeah, she did it. But take a look at the Tennessee player here. All right, let's take a look at the second extra point. And look at it. It barely gets halfway up there. Now, the reason why I mention this and the reason why I'm making this video, I've seen others talk about it. I hear the nonsense on the other side where they're stroking her ego, saying how great of a thing this is, as if there were really some glass ceiling for female kickers in college football. So take a look at this man. Let me introduce you to my homie, Pierson Cooke. You might be saying, well, who the heck is Pierson Cooke? Well, let's take a look at his numbers here. It looks like he's kicked several field goals this year for the team. Now, I'm not going to go do a deep dive. Maybe he was one of the people who had the Rona and couldn't participate in their previous game against Georgia. But take a look at what he did. This is shortly after Fuller's first extra point. Same quarter, second quarter. 39-yard field goal. And just for context, for all of you people who don't have a clue about football, who are visiting from the woke side of things, you're just celebrating somebody doing something based on their identity, and you don't really have a clue about football. Well, take a look at where he kicks the ball from. That's a 39-yard field goal, ladies and gentlemen. 39 yards. That means that that ball traveled 39 yards, at least, in the air. They've got a net behind there and everything, but look how high up. It went. And then you see her kicking from right around the 10.5 yard line. So that means her kick went about 20 yards. And you see it's barely about halfway up. Maybe the mechanics and logistics are different on extra points and field goals. But you can't tell me now, with this definitive proof, that this is nothing but a PR stunt. For those of you, like I said, on that other side, that kind of side that is out of touch with reality, just bring it in a little bit. You can't tell me that with this man kicking a 39-yard field goal, that he couldn't make a couple extra points. That's how you know that it's nothing but a PR stunt. Now look, we can all celebrate accomplishment. That's fine. I don't celebrate accomplishment based on identity. I celebrate strength regardless of where it comes from. A 39-yard field goal, you and I, most of us out here watching this video, we couldn't go out there and do that right now. I know I couldn't. An extra point though? Some of us could probably bang one through. I don't know about me. I'm not going to speak for me. I haven't kicked a football in some time. Maybe I'll try it sometime. But the reality is, and I hope that you get this, no matter how far on the woke train you are down the track, I hope that you get this, that this is a stunt. I hope that this proves to you that this is nothing but a stunt. That you have a man who can kick a football a lot higher from twice as far away, but yet they choose to put her in for the easy one. And it was about half the distance. 50%. It wasn't even 77% of the distance, like the statistic is that they like to claim, if you get it. Used it in the past, I'll use it again many times. 77%. She couldn't even kick that ball 77% as far as that man. But as I said, I just hope that that puts it to rest for all of you. I know most of you get it, that it was a PR stunt. Even the game a couple weeks ago, they have a punter on their team. For that game, he had a 43-yard average, I believe. And that's 43 plus about 10, 11, 12 additional yards that he's standing back behind the play when he kicks the ball in the air really high. You're telling me that that man, that punter that's kicking the ball 53 yards at least in the air, couldn't have done better at kicking off than she did with her kick that went about 15 yards in the air and kind of rolled on the ground a little ways? Now that was clue number one. This should really drive it home for you. I don't know how many times I can say it and show it to you. It's just tiring. It's just tiring to celebrate identity rather than accomplishment. Now, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love being able to do videos like this, but I just really hope that, sincerely, that if you're way out there, just celebrating just because vag, that you get it. That these little clips here that I put together show you that, you know, nothing but a stunt.